Hey, this is Stacy from Let's Cook, y'all. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new, welcome. We're really glad you're here. We hope you enjoy these weekly videos. We share them every Sunday afternoon of what we're eating for dinner at our house. We are staying home and continuing to cook from our pantry and freezer, but I had one meal this week I was super excited about. Hope you enjoy the video. We're starting out this week with a really easy recipe. I'm still kind of in easy mode. You can do this in a sheet pan in the oven, or I'm going to use my air fryer. I'm cutting up some chicken breasts into strips. You can buy chicken tenderloins, but I rarely, if ever, buy them. I don't like to pay a butcher for something that's easy for me to do, so I just cut them up. I'm going to season them with a fajita seasoning. I have mixed up my own in the past, but right now I've got a prepared one from Kroger, and we like cumin, so I also add some extra cumin. I cook the chicken first, and then the onions, peppers, and mushrooms in the air fryer. You could do this on a sheet pan in the oven or on skillet on the stove. Easy peasy. Each week has some form of Mexican or Taco Tuesday. This week's variation is chicken fajitas with peppers, onions, and mushrooms, pinto beans, homemade guacamoles, and we'll make up some tortillas with all the fixins. I'll show you a picture of our plates. That's what's for dinner tonight. I don't think anybody understands but Tim just how excited I am that he brought in food. His golf course pro shop is open back up, and yesterday they opened the grill back up, so he ordered us some food for dinner. Let me show you what we got. So Tim wins husband of the year for today, maybe for the month. I ordered a club sandwich, sweet potato fries, and he got a Lynx burger, 8-ounce Angus beef patty, and he's really excited about his burger. So that's what's for dinner tonight. Tim,
stop eyeballing my steak.
Tim was in the mood for a ribeye, and he tagged along. We did the buddy system at the store, and somehow this ribeye jumped in our shopping cart and came home with us. So Tim has a ribeye, salad, and half a baked potato, and I have a little bitty piece of salmon and salad and half a baked potato. And if we're still hungry, there is ice cream in the freezer, so we might just have ice cream for dinner, ice cream for dessert. Steak and salmon is what's for dinner tonight.
Amen, sister.
Amen, sister. Red meat. I don't think it's going to take that long, but we're going to check them about 10 in. Not cooking fast enough at 360, so I bumped them up to 400. Tonight I made one of Tim's favorites. He likes meatloaf, but thankfully he likes sloppy joes too, which I like. And we've got sloppy dough. We've got sloppy joes on toasted buns, sweet potato fries, and I've got some fruit. That's what's for dinner tonight. Did you say something?
Woohoo!
Tim has a special request tonight. He's been wanting a panini, and I don't have any Italian or French bread. And I told him if we use loaf bread in a panini press, it's going to squish it. But we're going to experiment with sort of like a club sandwich. We've got 3 slices of bread.
So we have a solution to the
Tim is always a solution fix-it guy. So we're going to try layering 3 slices of bread, a couple kinds of cheese, some bacon, some mayonnaise, and mustard. Got a couple of kinds of lunch meat, and see if we can not press it down too hard and grill it. I offered to do it in a skillet, but he wanted to try it on the panini grill without pressing. So we're gonna experiment together and see what kind of grilled sandwich we can make.
So a non-squished panini.
Non-squished panini.
Okay.
Let's see what we can construct. We did have to turn the panini press up to high, but I think it worked pretty well. It's more like a club. You want to cut it? I'm going to cut it for you. There we go. Did that work for you?
Looks pretty good.
Double-decker club sandwiches toasted up on the Cuisinart griddler, or you could do these in a skillet. And chips.
That's not a panini?
It's not really panini to me unless it has French bread or Italian bread. Sandwich bread to me doesn't make a panini.
Is this American bread?
This is American bread, not Italian or French.
Bread.
Are you excited about your sandwich? We've been eating nothing but sandwiches. You liking the sandwich thing?
We've been eating nothing but sandwich?
Pretty much. Sandwiches, chips is what's for dinner tonight. I always have butter on hand in my freezer. This is one thing I actually use it for frozen. Normally I just buy it when it's on sale and stock up on it and keep it in the freezer. I also had a bag of dried blueberries. I had some plain non-fat Greek yogurt on hand. You can also use sour cream as well as some half and half, which you can also use milk. These all needed using up, so the thing I like to do with these is to make blueberry scones, or as Tim likes to call them, fancy biscuits. For those of our viewers that are in the UK or Australia, I apologize. I'm sure this is nothing close to an authentic scone. It's just a recipe I have made before. We've actually shared it in a video, and I will leave a link to that above and also in the description box below. But I grate the butter, the frozen butter, into the dry ingredients and then mix it together with my hands till it's like little pebbles. Add the wet ingredients. Do it all with a spoon. You don't want to overwork, just like a traditional Southern biscuit. You never want to overwork the dough. Then I take it out and form it into a big round, and I put it in the freezer for a while before I actually bake it. After I chilled my big round of dough for about 30 minutes, I got it out. I like to cut mine in big pie-shaped wedges. The original recipe had you rolling each scone into a 2 or 3 inch ball with your hands and then kind of patting them flat. I don't like to do that, mostly because Tim likes substantial food. So I cut these with my knife into 8 pie-shaped type wedges and then put an egg wash on them before they go in the oven. And I think the original recipe came from All Recipes with a lot of modifications. A commenter put it's better to let the egg wash set in, so I let it sit with the egg wash on it soaking in for about 10 minutes before I bake it. Blueberry scones, or fancy biscuits as we call them, eggs and bacon. Breakfast is what's for dinner tonight.
Yeehaw!
You excited?
Very.
Very. Tim loves a biscuit. I've got my little small crock pot out. You can use a larger one and you can double this easily. This is very easy, simple comfort food. It's like a deconstructed chicken pot pie. I'm going to cook some frozen chicken breasts, add a bunch of seasonings on it, some cream of chicken, a little bit of water. Since my breasts are frozen, I won't add a lot of water. You could use cream of mushroom, cream of celery, whatever you like, whatever you have, whatever seasonings you like. I'm gonna peel and chop up some potatoes and carrots, and towards the end, I'm gonna steam some green beans and add it, and cut up some mushrooms and let them cook the last hour or half hour or hour, and this will be served over biscuits like a deconstructed chicken pot pie. I've made this recipe a couple of times in the past and it's always turned out pretty good. This is just a deconstructed chicken pot pie over biscuits. Normally I make it with broccoli. That was my first issue, is I didn't use the broccoli. I had 2 or 3 problems with this recipe, but they were all user execution on my behalf, and something that's easily fixed. One is I didn't season it quite as much as I should have. It was a little bland. 2 is that I used fresh green beans rather than the broccoli. The third was the major faux pas, and that was only because Tim loves a biscuit. I used a cheap can of just regular biscuits and cooked them in my toaster oven, and Tim did not approve. He was not amused that the biscuits were not very good. That's his favorite part of any recipe. But you take the chicken, put it in frozen, season it really well, put a cream of chicken, a cream of mushroom, whatever you've got. I slosh around a little water and add it. You don't use the full amount of water, or I don't. If I put in chicken breasts, it makes it too watery. Then put in whatever vegetables you're using, and feel free to try other combinations. I do normally put potatoes and carrots in it and cook it until the chicken is done in the crock pot. I usually end up shredding the chicken in this recipe. Since I had fresh green beans in the house, I did microwave them in the bag and added them. They were a little chewy, so next time I would probably go back to the broccoli, either put it in fresh or frozen towards the end like you do here with the mushrooms. But this is a good recipe over good biscuits. Tonight we're having deconstructed chicken pot pie, or just chicken and veggies from the crock pot. Since Tim is not happy with these biscuits, it was just a cheap little can. I did them in the toaster oven. Yes, they are small. And no, he thinks biscuits are not real unless they're homemade. And some green beans. Tim, are you happy with your biscuits?
Terribly.
We're eating one of them. Deconstructed chicken pot pie is what's for dinner tonight. I'm going to flip them over and do another 2 minutes at 200. I broke it when I smushed it. I don't know if that's melty enough or not. May have to go a little longer. First off, I didn't even know my air fryer would go down to 200 degrees, but these took about 5 or 6 minutes. We didn't have to turn on the fire pit, so s'mores in the air fryer works for me. Thanks so much for stopping by our channel. Let's cook, y'all. Hope y'all have a wonderful and truly blessed day.